all familiar with heat. It's something that surrounds us when we're outside and the sun is shining. We can use it to cook, and we notice when it isn't there on a cold winter's day. Even our bodies can be a source of heat. Think about when you've been running around on the playground at lunchtime. Have you felt hot and sweaty afterwards? Lots of things give off heat or make another object warm. The sun is the most powerful source of heat, warming our whole planet and helping us stay alive at the right temperature. Even inside our own houses, we can find things we use every day that provide heat. But have you ever thought about what actually happens to an object when we apply heat to it? Take a look at the following 3 examples. Look closely at what state the objects are in to begin with. Are they hard or soft? Do they look runny, sticky or solid? Then have a look at what happens to the objects as heat is slowly applied. Do they stay the same, or does their shape change? When fire from the stove is applied beneath the chocolate, it turns from a solid block to a liquid. We can see this as it sticks to the edges of the bowl, and as the spoon stirs the chocolate, it drops down as a runny substance. In the same way, we can see that when the ice cream is held out in the sun, it slowly changes shape and runs down the outside of the cone, turning from a solid to a liquid. Finally, the wax on the burning candle begins as a solid shape, but as the wick slowly burns at the top, the wax around it begins to turn into a liquid pool from the heat and run down the sides of the candles. A word that we can use to describe all of these processes is melting. To put it simply, all of these things we looked at are made up of molecules. When the object is a solid, their molecules are close together, compact and stationary. They are not moving, just like a block of chocolate is a still solid. When heat is applied to the object and it becomes a liquid, the molecules begin to move and have energy. As they move faster, creating heat, they bump into each other and the distance between them gets greater. We can see this as chocolate melts and becomes a movable liquid. So next time you're in the kitchen or out in the sun, have a think about how all the things near you might change when heat is added to them. Think about what might happen to an ice cube if you leave it out in the playground, or when you cook spaghetti on the stove. Look at these crayons and how they melt. How is their state changing? Try and guess what might happen if instead of adding heat, you remove it instead and make it cold.